Welcome to Subramani. This is again often asked question, especially in non-metro cities. As an entrepreneur, how do I earn more money and how do I look after my money? This has always led me to asking the entrepreneur far more searching questions than what he wants to answer. So if you are in a small business where you do not control the pricing or the collection, most small entrepreneurs get killed in in not knowing two things. One is costing and one is the importance of cash. So when a guy goes and he quotes, especially to a big company, a HUL or a Reliance, he will just bend backwards to get that order because he wants to tell the world that he has got an order. And those companies know it and they squeeze every penny out of it, and they will ensure that they make the payment to you late. So if you are a person with borrowed money, you struggle, and that struggle, unfortunately or fortunately, puts tremendous pressure on your cash flow. And then I get a query like this. So look at this question. I'm a 34-year-old graphic designer and I've been working for a long time on my own. For about 2 years I've been working on my own. Working independently has forced me to come to terms with a lot of bad financial decisions which I had taken in the past, and my ability to get new good habits does not seem to be very easy. Right now, managing my money with a variable income leaves me frustrated. Largely what he is saying is he has to invest money for his ATC. He finds that difficult. I paid a lot of taxes, and then which is the quarterly advance tax payments, making my PPF payment. I had to pay for my health insurance. I have an EMI which is going. I have small student loan, some credit card debt, and I also have to pay for monthly living expenses. I live with my wife. We do not have a children as yet. But I somehow feel it's a car repair or a house needs fixing or something like that, and there is tremendous drain on my cash flow, and therefore I don't like managing money, and therefore this choice of being a designer. And do you have any tips for making money management easier? How should I be dividing up my income as they come in? How would you manage your money if you were in my position? I think my biggest problem is I feel left behind all the time, and I would love to be on top of this. Now, what is actually happening? Seriously, what is happening in this guy's case is he is earning money. He is incurring expenses. Right now he does not have an office, but he's converted a part of his house into an office, so he's not incurring the office expenses. They don't know how much to cost. For example, this person has left his job which was paying him about 1.5 lakhs a month, which means he was earning about 18 lakhs. And 18 lakhs must have been very comfortable because he could take his holidays, he could do whatever he wants. It's a good amount of money to have. But then he shifted house. He is now paying rent because he's got married. His wife is an employee. She's working in one of the big four in consulting. She's earning well. But his own cash flow is now not even 1 lakh per month as a surplus. Yes, he's got cash flow, but he does not have a 1 lakh per month surplus, which means he's definitely earning less today than what he was earning earlier. He thought he could save money on tax and things like that, but it's not really much that you can save, because you need to have all your income comes in the form of check, and all your expenses go in the form of check. So there's not really much of tax that you're going to save. In a couple of years, perhaps this year itself or next year, he will be paying GST. So that means on all his income he will be paying the GST, and he does not have lot of expenditure on which he is paying GST already. So obviously he is going to end up paying a lot more in taxes next year. He has to increase his pricing. That is something which he is not doing. Most young entrepreneurs, 34 is not very young for a graphic designer, but yes, the ability to raise fees and ask for more money is a big challenge, and the fact that they do not know how to do costing, because costs are being incurred. His electricity bill is being incurred, his constant laptop upgradation and constant buying of new software, that cost is being incurred. His own time is being spent, and he may not be employed 24/7, right? So monthly, if you have to earn 3 lakhs after all expenses and you want to work only 30 hours, then you have to charge 10,000 per hour, right? So it's possible that as a graphic designer, he must be having only 30, 40, maybe 50 hours of billing time. You are alive, you're active, you're meeting clients, you're doing work for them, all that's fine, but your billable hours are important. So your the monthly income that you want to earn divided by the number of hours that you want to work. So maybe you should charge 10,000 per hour. I have no clue how much he'll get paid, but if he wants to work 300 hours a month, then it's obviously 3 lakhs divided by 300, then it is 1,000 per hour, right? So whatever the numerator and the denominator, the entrepreneur has to decide. So you have to decide, sir, that how much you want to earn and how many hours you want to work, and estimate your total, your top line and your bottom line very well. See whether you can get 300 hours of billable time. I doubt it, right? So that's very, very hard work. You can't get that kind of billable hours, at least not as far as you're an individual. Having said all this, let us come to the second part. You should first of all go and get your KYC done. Now, if some good fund houses will do it online, others might expect you to walk down to their office. So please go there with your spouse and become an investor today. Whatever amount you can, but have the discipline. Start with 500 rupees a month or start with 5,000 rupees a month. I'm indifferent. But start the discipline of saving regularly, so that becomes an investment, right? So right now you're living paycheck to paycheck kind of a thing, but luckily your wife has regular income, so a lot of her income should be saved or invested, so that tomorrow you have a joint corpus till you start doing well. That is the first thing. Take adequate insurance, because you're married, I mean, the minute you realize she's pregnant, you will run around for a lot of other things. You will forget that you need to upgrade your insurance. So please take your insurance, take your medical cover. Start with the protection first. First protect yourself from the possible leakages that can happen. So right now you're building a very good tank and making sure that there is no leakages. As and when the water comes from rainwater or wherever, we will be able to hold the water. So do these things. Start writing down your expenses separately. Personal expenses and business expenses, don't combine the two. However attractive it is, don't combine the two, especially if you are incurring both in large numbers. Please don't combine the two, because tomorrow it could become even more messy. Having done all this, you're up and running, you started. But make sure that you keep pushing the envelope. Make sure that people are told that this is your, arrive at your total cost, arrive at the number of hours you want to work and see how much. So if your client says 5 hours work and you're charging 2,000 rupees per hour, then it has to be a 10,000 rupee bill. But if you're charging lesser, I do not know how much you will be able to bill, because graphic designing is not something which I understand. So based on all that, just make your plan your life and start doing your SIP. Thank you.